Smokin' Tobacco's coverage of the 2023 PCA Trade Show and Convention is brought to you by Drew Estate, the rebirth of cigars.
What's going on, everybody? Matt Tobacco from SmokingTobacco.com. I'm here at PCA 2023 with coverage brought to you by Drew Estate. I'm here at the Oliva Cigar booth with none other than Trenton. How are you, Trenton?
Very good. Nice to be here.
It's great. This booth has been one of the busier booths that I've noticed on the show, and it's been a busy show as a whole, but, you know, Oliva, you guys have been super busy, which is great.
It has been swamped.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of business being done, obviously.
Absolutely.
It's good for the industry. It's good for you.
It's not only be done by the people here. There's a lot of phone calls being made.
Correct.
People all over the world, all over the country are placing orders, trying to get the Oliva product.
Yeah, so, you know, you have a lot of beautiful things on display, but let's talk about what's new. Everyone's always asking, well, what's new? So what is it that is being brought to PCA this year for you guys?
So one of the really cool things, we are creating another ship date for the Milano 135th, or the Series V anniversary, 135th anniversary. When we first launched it, it was a one-time thing. There was so much demand for it that we had to bring it back, and it's been back 3 years now. So we're going to be launching that again, shipping in September.
Okay.
And I mean, people, that is such a great cigar. It's a Series V, but the shape, people are just loving that shape, and it's a $12.50 cigar.
Yeah, truly unique and really something special. There's been a lot of buzz about it. Great to see, you know, it here still on display, and I'm here that it is so successful. You know, it's definitely been one of those talks of the town, I will say. One of the things I did pick up on is right over here you have I believe it's an Ellie Blue.
It is an Ellie Blue
Humidor.
It is called the Tabalisa,
okay,
which is our factory in Nicaragua.
Yep.
And it's called the Tabalisa 1. It's an Ellie Blue humidor that holds 41 different variety, or 41 cigars, 3 different varieties, Milano Figurado, and 2 different Vs, a natural and a Maduro.
Wow, very beautiful.
Don't know when it's going to ship, don't know how much it costs.
Or how many pieces?
No, there is 41 times 3, so 123.
123 of them.
So there's an old saying, if you have to ask how much it is, you might not be able to afford it.
Well, I mean, Ellie Blue is not cheap.
No, Ellie Blue is known for very high end, and there is definitely people out there that want that very high end luxury item.
Yeah, I mean, and you get what you pay for with them too. I mean, it may be a significant price tag, but you're getting some high end quality.
It is absolutely gorgeous. We just launched it at the show.
Very, very cool. Now, one thing that's kind of outside of Oliva, you know, you have the cane, you have the nub. Are there any expansions on those lines, or anything new with them, or maybe something that's coming later?
There is nothing new on the cane, the nub line. We have the Master Blend, which is kind of an overlooked cigar.
Okay.
It's just a wonderful, very complex, rough wrapper. It's one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, you know, I have to say, you know, it's nice to see. I know the camera doesn't really see it, but quite the layout here, and I like how color focused each of the sections and all the different brands are represented. You know, I know that the booth at the show is not necessarily the most important part for people at home, but I mean, just to truly understand the effort and quality and the care that Oliva as a company, they put into the entire experience.
Well, and the really cool thing about this particular booth, we made all these humidors, all the displays in our factory in Nicaragua.
All this?
All this.
Wow.
All this is made in our box factory.
Wow.
So, I mean, that just goes to show the creativity of our box factory. And, I mean, there's a lot of things that they are in the works, making really creative, cool stuff from that box factory.
Yeah, I mean, that's impressive. When we can make all your own displays too. I mean, that definitely helps. Cut out the middleman.
Being vertically integrated is very important in this industry. We learned that during COVID because we weren't relying on other people to make our boxes. We weren't outsourcing much tobacco, and being able to be self-sufficient is so important, especially when you have a situation like COVID.
Now, the COVID situation, you know, I actually haven't asked a lot of the manufacturers at the show, mostly just, I think because it's just been so busy with so many other things, but, you know, you brought it up. You know, how have you guys changed as a company since then? Any adjustments that maybe you learned? Could be, cigars or just anything else.
That is a great question, and I don't think there's enough time in this podcast to go over everything that we learned. But I am so proud of the way our management handled everything from stocking our warehouse right before COVID, so we weren't interrupted with shipments. We didn't have many back orders to ship the warehouse. We did split shifts, so if somebody got sick, the whole operation wasn't shut down. We did the same thing in Nicaragua at the factory. The office, we did split shifts. Some people worked from home, which some of that was okay, some of it didn't work so well, but it was all just very fluid, and I am so proud of how we were able to withstand that, and it made us stronger as a company to show that we are strong enough to withstand something like that with problems with shipping, interruptions.
Right.
I mean, that's learning a lesson from just interruptions in shipping. The UPS strike was a big threat also.
Oh, of course. Logistical issues, right? I mean, there's a lot of logistical issues that a lot of manufacturers had to deal with during COVID.
Sure.
Not even cigar rolling and manufacturing, yes, but it was even more so just everything else outside of that. When I spoke to most of them, and I'm sure the same for you. I mean,
well, nobody knew what was going to happen, when it was going to end, how serious. It was very serious. We didn't know when it was going to end. Looking back on it, we knew there was an end, but right in the middle of it, we didn't know if it was going to end.
Right. Yeah, we didn't know. There was a point where I thought that was the way life was just going to be.
Well, and there were a lot of people that it is still that way.
Yeah, I guess that's true too. But no, I mean, it's great to see you guys here, and I appreciate your time talking with us.
My
this
pleasure.
Has been great, so thank you for that.
My pleasure.
And guys, don't forget to stay tuned for more coverage from PCA 2023, brought to you by Drew Estate. Take care.